نعتمد نحكي عربي او انجليزي، شو رايك؟
والله حبيبي يكون
انت كيف ترتاح؟
انا يعني شوف يمكن انا اعطي في الاكسبريشن ان انجلش ميبي ماتش بيتر.
اوكي اوريت.
شوف احنا طبعا العرب والاماراتيين ما نخلى من الانفلونسرز وما شاء الله عليهم مشاهير، يعني عاطين ما مقصرين وعاطين نبذه طيبه عن دوله الامارات وعن غيرها. اليوم انت شو اللي تبغى اليوم؟ تبى تجذب الاجانب عشان يعرفوا. فاتس very rare where you see you know with Emarati or يعني Arabic look and
طيب يلا جريت خلص بنكمل انجلش احسن. بنكمل انجلش احسن لانه شو بيجيني بالتعليقات انا سالم بيقول لي لا العرب فهموا لا الاجانب فهموا تعالوا تخلطون. فخلص let's continue English مع انه رح ناكل كتير
كلام عادي مو مشكله يعني حتى لو we can shift يعني if you want.
انا I translate. انا اوكي بفهم يعني شعورهم بدهم ايانا نحكي عربي، بس انا على طول بقول يا عمي والله تعيشوا بالامارات انت عم تتعاطى مع جنسيات مختلفه وعلى طول بالشغل. يعني انا قاعد يعني
الاماراتيين كلهم يفهموا انجليزي على فكره، يعني مش انه احنا يعني لاحظ حتى انا في السوشيال ميديا لما دخلت اوكي اتكلم بالعربي بس ركزت اكثر شيء على الانجليزي لانه الناس تبى تشوف هالشيء، عرفت؟ تبى تتعلم من العرب شو اللي صاير، شو اللي مغير، شو اللي جديد. يعني انت احنا يفكرون انه والله جمل اويل صحراء، عرفت؟ هذه البرسبشن اللي موجوده في راسهم، فما شايفين الشخصيات اللي ما شاء الله عليهم واصلين مناصب عاليه and they're very educated, highly smart, highly يعني ما شاء الله يعني they're proactive in the society. فقلت تعرف شو خلنا اوصل على في انتقادات تجيني بس
مش غلط. لا بدها هي يعني you are promoting your country, you are promoting actually يعني this new generation is everyone is educated. I don't think also they still have this vision of only deserts and camels and about Arabs in general. I don't think يعني it was in Hollywood
once at a time,
because they this is what they know and they came here and they make movies and this is how they promote Arabs. It's only desert and camels. I don't think so. Now they need promotion now. They need our help now. Great. I love the idea of بنغاطي. هلا بس what made something special يعني إنه to own a credibility it's very important. يعني مثلا بنغاطي okay he's a huge developer بس until he got his credibility he has to collaborate with a big brand مثل like Mercedes and Jacob and Co. And like money does not give you credibility.
Exactly.
You know, to build a name you need time, and if you have the money, see like they needed to joint venture or collab with a credible name, and this is really something you cannot make with money. It needs money and time and proven success.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, you've seen a lot of people over here, they came, they tried their best level to reach to the level that they wanted, but they never succeed. Why? Because now you're comparing yourself to majority. Now the majority are successful. Majority are on the top of the peak. So when you come over here, either you have to be different, unique, right? Something which is not to the norms of the people that they have seen. So if you do a building G+100, it's okay, right? If you do 200, what's new, right? You do something with completely red glass, people will laugh. It doesn't make any changes because they're used to it, right? It's like going to India and you see bicycle. Everyone has bicycle. Like it doesn't make any difference. So you come to UAE and you come and say I'm driving a Mercedes, everyone will laugh at you, right? It doesn't make any nothing. It's unique. Nothing. It's new. So when you come into a real estate and you want to do something which is completely unique, right? You have to do something which has not been done before. So high respect to Benghati. I really congrat on the new creative way. Change the mindset of most of the developers that no matter how smart, how clever, and how you're trying to be creative in changing the design or changing the colors or the heights or whatever, now it's normal. So for you to be a different, you need to collab. Now, when he made the collaboration with different type of brands, that added bigger value to his existence. And he's been there for a long time. His father was there, and they have done a good job in the market, right? And they have done a couple of buildings and so on, but it didn't give them that perspective, didn't give them that uniqueness, right? They had the uniqueness in the cars, but the moment they saw that their brand names matching to them, it gave that luxurious look. You got my point? That's the only change. It's the same thing. Ben Ghati, he's the one who's constructing, he's the one who's building, he's the one who's doing everything, right? From A to Z, because Muhammad, I think he's a designer, an architectural designer. So he knows what he's doing. So this is nothing new. So it's only about the collab. So when he added that brand name on top of his name, it made it unique and made it so huge and conglomerate.
Yeah, he just wanted the branding to
add a value.
To add a value.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
it's like wearing, like wearing a shirt, like it's like wearing a kandura and then you add Gucci on it.
Yes.
it makes a huge difference, right? Or adding an LV on a kandura or a ghatra, right? So the price change. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same ghatra. The moment you put that logo, right, authenticated logo on anything, then it makes a huge difference. On a bag, on a shoes, on a shirt. It's the same thing.
Yes,
if you go to the tailor, the same textile, the same everything, but it's only about the logo or the brand that you add on that product, and it changed. And then he considered that building is a product, and he added that logo on top of it, and then voila.
خلاص price is doubled. يعني بس this is a يعني big thing why we are driven to the brand name. يعني it's the same product. Once you put the brand name, things will change. Exactly. It's the trust. I think it's the status. We are trying to get that status level. So
exactly.
We tie our name to these brands.
The high-end brand. The moment you attract high, that means it's important. That means it's unique. That means it's luxurious. So that you have reached to the excellence. Right? So when you go, it's like when you're traveling in first class, people look at you in a different way. When you travel in economy, you could be the same person, by the way, the same person. That's the perception of the people, the way you appear, the way you present yourself, right? You are the same person. You could be a billionaire, go to the economy, nobody will pay attention to you. You can be a billionaire, go to the first class, and people will look at you, right? They will pay attention to that. So this is the same thing.
Exactly. Even if you don't have money, you can. How many fake people there are around us also, Salem?
So many. Honestly, today the new generation and the social media generation, they've been driven in the wrong perception, which make me feel sorry, honestly, because people, they now pay attention to the looks, they pay attention to the status, they pay attention to how you present yourself. They don't care about what you have. They don't care about how you've built yourself. What's the story behind your success? What's your background? They don't care. They look at the end picture, the conclusion. And this is what makes them, feel disappointed. And I can see 70% of the followers, they're into the disappointment mode, right? Very few where they take that as a granted, and they try to improve themselves. They're trying to reach that reach to that level. I'm sorry, and then they fail because they don't understand the whole story behind every person who's in that position with that high image that he appeared on. And it didn't make any sense to them.
But also it might be that they are following someone who's fake, and then they are actually getting depressed because like they are looking at on people on social media and thinking everyone is happy or everyone is rich, but it's not true. Not everyone is rich and not everyone is happy on social media. So there is a lot of fake image there, and just the moment you start to compare yourself with other people on social media, you'll get depressed, and then you want to be in the same status, and it will not work.
Brother Hikmat, this is the sorry part, or the sad story that I see every time. Unfortunately, majority of the people, or the business people in the business, whenever they do business with other party, they don't do something called due diligence. I always advise my followers, my friends, my co-workers, whomever, you always, in every single step, do due diligence, right? Even with your friendship. This guy approached me, being very nice to me, being very humble, Why? What's the reason? What's behind that humbleness, mildness, taking care, and being so kind to me for no reason? There is a story behind it. So once you do the due diligence, you understand. Oh, okay, he's coming close to me. He wants a job. He wants something else. The same thing when someone texts you on the Instagram saying hi, you're nice or whatever, give you all that compliment. At the end of the day, if you open up that message and then you say yes, please, can you help me with my family and so on. So they do all these to attract you, right? To get your attention. Then the moment they got your attention, they come up with the real face. So it's the same thing now. When you follow all of these high, rich people, billionaires or trillionaires, when you look at them, why would a billionaire, nothing in his platform shows except cars, money, luxurious brands, and that's it? Doesn't talk about the success story, doesn't show his business, doesn't show his progress, doesn't show all of this stuff. They only show money. Why don't we see Bill Gates shows his cash on his hand, or a Lamborghini? Why don't we see Elon Musk showing his house and his cribs and his luxurious lifestyle? He doesn't show that. He shows the richness on these people, right? The level of education, the level of creativeness, the product, what they have given to the achievement, what they have given to the society, right? Look at that. So when you see someone in the social media doesn't give you that perception, then I'm
check
sorry,
what he's selling you.
That's what he's selling you. And a lot of people, they come with the tick mark and 33 million texting me. I was like, why would you text me if you're successful? What do you need from me, right? You're already into the peak of your life, right? Why would you send me a message? For what reason? So we pay attention to that. I never open this type of a message because I know what he wants, right? And then the moment I check the post and I see one post cryptocurrency, I immediately understand what he wants from me. You got my point? So this is why I always advise my followers, please pay attention to the details. Look into the profile. Thank God today the social media, before, imagine, people underestimate my age.
You look young.
So we're talking about in the 80s or the 90s. You can't dig into those information. Today the social media gave you that leverage. You got my point? It gave you all the leverage so you can dig into that person. You check the name, you go to the Google, you go into the YouTube, you go into all the social media platform, and you can find information, right? And immediately, the moment I put your name and I put a word of scam, it gives me millions of other things. The moment I put your name with a word called achievement, it shows all your achievement, right? That's easy. The social media platform has given us the access.
Exactly. It's easy to know now. We have the technology to scan and to see who's real and who's fake. Salem, there is I watch your podcast, and there is a part where talking about you were affected by or influenced by the people who were working in USA, and you were like a little bit like saying, okay, like everyone works there. In your university, all the students. And you came from a rich family, but when you were there, you find out like everyone should start from working, even if they have money. They were working normal jobs, and you said we are a little bit spoiled as kids, as UAE kids. And I feel like this is very brave from Emirati to say that, because it's like very empowering. That it's like even when you talk and contradict or say something that it's sometimes people doesn't feel like saying it, and it's very brave from you to say that. I saw it on your podcast. What changed your mind, and how did you after doing that you started to work in the bank, and then what changed your mind? You said I want to work first and then to be an entrepreneur.
All my life I've seen we're talking about the 80s and the 90s. We've seen majority of the Arabs were in the high positions, and all of the time when they talk to each other, they talk that I'm a manager, I'm a director, and so on, and very few that been utilized in the you're saying the general jobs, let's say in the restaurants, in the transportation. We never saw Arabs at that time or UAE nationals working on that. So when I traveled and I went for the studies in the States, it was so awkward for me to see young teenagers working in McDonald's, in Kentucky, and other restaurants, in the schools, and so on. And it always was so weird for me to digest, to understand why would parents send their kids to go and work. Are they that poor? Are they that needy? Does really they are into that level of poverty? Everyone works. What was the story behind that? So it gave me that courtesy and gave me that curiosity to understand what's the story behind it. So the moment that I kept applying for jobs while I was studying, then finally I got the job in the university. So when I started working in university, it was very awkward for the rest of the Arabs. I mean, the Khalijis, Omanis, Saudis, to come and see suddenly an UAE Emirati working in the university with the uniform and stuff like that. And it was very weird for them. It gave me that motive. It gave me that momentum. And I felt so proud. Right? Because people, they look at me and it was so awkward for them that for such an Emirati Arab working. And they came to me, it's like, do you need money? It's like, no, it wasn't about money. It was all about me, to understand what's going on. What's the society about, how the American dream they're living, right? And it taught me a lot. It taught me time management. It taught me that the responsibility, taking care of myself and gaining the money, with my dedication and hard work. And this is how it changed my personality. I wanted to learn more, because majority of the Arabs, when they go abroad, they're always together. And they never learn. They never educate themselves. They never change. Very few where they, isolate themselves, segregate themselves, and then they educate and teach and so on. So this is what I wanted. It's like, I don't want to be around UAE nationals or Arabs or Khalijis or whatever, because I know once I go back, they're there waiting for me. They're my friends, they're my families, whatever it is, right? I need to know the new people. I need to know the expat. I need to see their mindset, how they are successful, how they are reaching to the level that, where they are, and why whenever they come to the GCC country, they've been selected immediately, because they have their past experience since when they are kids.
Yes.
So this is how, when they come at the age of 35 or 25, they're highly professional, and they understand their time management, their responsibility, and when they do the job, they do it perfectly. And this is where Arab, they lack of that, that title on their CV. So when I studied and when I worked in the university, it changed my personality 300%. And when I gained the money by myself, it gave me that power. It gave me that motive. So if I'm able to do it at this age while I'm studying, then I can do it when I'm back home by myself, without no one's support, without my family's support. And thank God I've done that, and I gained a lot of money. And I did also side hustles in the States, where I gained also different type of businesses in the States while I was studying. I was the only one who was doing that, and I gained good money, alhamdulillah. I got that money back, put it in an investment, in a share. I remember in a cement factory, it was like below 1 dirham share, right? And I left the money over there, and by time it went and growed, and I took that money back, and I started investing here and there, and alhamdulillah, touch wood, it gave me a good push in going into the business sectors.
So the work, you worked not because you needed money, you just want to work 9 to 5, just really to
challenge myself.
To challenge yourself, and that you understood that this is something very important. Do you feel like that some I don't want to say like some rich maybe people who are not taking any position to so we don't put it in a specific nationality, like we lack that? Do we need to work really like normal jobs 9 to 5? And because for me, from my background, everybody works. Salem, nobody doesn't take any job from the beginning, even if he's not graduate. Like everyone should work, should hustle, should be in a tough job, and then until they are graduate, until they are like have a degree, and then start to move to any business they want.
To be honest with you, Hikmat, my advice to those people, the billionaires, trillionaires, or millionaires, whenever they're, let's talk about the family business. So this is the perception that the family business, when they reach to the level that they're successful, and then they want their children, the new generation, to come and take over, this is where they fail. Because they think that the education can take you to that level. No matter how highly educated you are, if you are not having an experience in the business, and you've been not slapped, backstabbed, and you dirtied your hand in the business, you will never succeed. Education doesn't take you to that level. Experience takes you to that level. So if you don't put your children, your kids, or a brother, or family, or a daughter, whomever, before giving them the position in your family business, you have to throw them in the dust. You have to throw them in the mud so that they can learn, they can experience, they can see the real, actual life of how to work and how to get the sweat and how to gain a penny or gain a dirham. Before you come and giving them that conglomerate, you give them all that position, all that investment, and then they screw it, they throw it, they play with it, right? They don't reach to the level that you have that expectation. So this is what happened when I came from that experience and I came to the family business. Again, I felt that I lack of experience. I don't have the experience. I have a little experience, but I don't have, because the family business was so huge. So my nephew and my brother, when I graduated from the state and they throw me in the field, I was like, it's so scary. I can't do it. Yes, everything was there. Everyone was shaking their head. Yes, sir. But I didn't feel that it was coming from me. It was coming because of the fear. They knew that I'm from the family member, and they know that I'm a decision maker.
And you did not earn it at that time.
I didn't earn it. It wasn't mine. It wasn't my handmade thing, right? It's not my product. So that's why I apologized from the family, and I told them, you know what? I need to leave. I need to go find something else. I will come back when I feel that I reach to the level that I can come again and hold the horses with my grip. I can manage, I can develop, I can guide the people, I can, I can punish the people who have done the mistake, or I can correct the people who has done the mistake, and so on. So luckily they gave me the approval, they gave me the blessing, and then I went and I searched, and alhamdulillah, thank God I found a job in the banking field. Because my background is actually in the financial sector. I'm an accountant. And so that was the best position where I can, and at the same time I wanted to see how the people gain the money, how they're becoming successful, from where they get the money. So I had a different mindset of being in the banking field, and alhamdulillah, I went to the banking field, and I was really successful, and I achieved, I was the youngest bank manager at that time. At the age of 23, I was a bank manager. And I've
23?
achieved 23 years. Yes, 23.
طب ما هي سالم, I have question marks here. يعني please, يعني 23 bank manager. How did you get a bank manager at 23?
Honestly,
don't tell me you don't have privilege.
No,
come on.
Wallah, يعني honestly, I swear to God, I didn't have any privilege. It was a very inspiring story.
Do you own the bank? Maybe it's for your family.
No. The bank is a public shareholder company.
The bank is for my father.
It's a public shareholder company. No way, no chance that you can jump to that level. It's very difficult. You need to have some experience. And so my challenge was that when I came for a probation period, I pushed myself to the maximum edge. I didn't even take a vacation, not even a single day, pushing myself to learn and educate myself. So I went to every section to educate myself. Nobody taught me, and I taught myself. In the retail, in the commercial, in the corporate, and every single operation, in the bank. I used to go even to the teller machine with the transportation to check in the ATM machine how they categorize the casket. They call it the cascade, where they put the domination of the different notes in a different cascades. So I educated myself in that. And I used to do the extra effort and challenge my co-workers in how many product that you can sell versus how I can sell. So I used to always compete with them, and I created that momentum and that challenge and that atmosphere in the branch, and alhamdulillah, I was really successful. And at the same time, I used to focus on the old people. I used to love the old people. Old men, old women, grandmother, and so on. So I used to do that extra effort, go to their car, go to their home, give them the application, giving them that extra service, a VIP service, treat them very well. So I think one of those old people is a family related to the board member or anything, something like that, I remember. So he went and he goes, I've been to in this bank for I don't know how many years. I never saw such a person. I never saw such a service. So he gave them my name. So immediately I got a call. They brought me to the head office, and they told me, Salem, we've got a high recommendation on you, and we think that you are a good caliber to be a branch manager. And I refused. I said, it's impossible I could do that. I'm in a probation period. I can't be in that position. It's a huge responsibility. I can't do it. And it's the money of the people. What if I do a mistake? What if? And they said, you know what? We want you even more. What's your demand? So I said, let me think about it. I thought about it. They called me after 2 weeks. I completely ignored the offer, and I refused the offer. So finally, I thought about it, and I said, okay, fine, I will do it, but under one condition. I need at least 4 months to be taught by the top of the top branch managers in that organization. And also I need to be under training courses. So I need a training course of people management, marketing, sales, cash management, fund management, on all these training courses. When I feel that I am ready to be a branch manager, I will give you the green light. And thank God they approved it. And I stayed exactly 1 year under that program, and I've been all over the world with the program in Oxford, in London, and so on. So I have, I think I have 25 degrees in the different aspects. And finally, I came back and I took over, and I was the highest achiever in the branch.
Wow, okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
And then I got promoted to be in Dubai, and then from Dubai, I've been promoted, I think, twice a year.
Oh, that's amazing. You had your mission from the beginning to go to the bank is actually to work, because you don't need to work, but the mission was like you want to see how people make their money and how rich people make their money, and you want to see what is the mindset of a millionaire. So what did you learn, and what is actually the mindset of a millionaire?
See, there is no formula. Honestly, I mean, I've seen a lot of people, even though my friends, and some of them are friends, they came on the podcast, in your podcast, and they go with the title of "I am a self-made millionaire," and it always hit me when I see someone says that to themselves. There is nothing called a self-made millionaire. It's always a support from the government. It's always a support from the family. It's always a support from a family or a friend or the atmosphere or the society, whatever. There is a support from someone where it helped you to reach to the level. You can't be a self-made billionaire. You know, when you say self-made billionaire, that means you woke up in this life, right, with the zero income, zero family, zero friends, zero everything. You are in the middle of the desert, and you created that billions. You created that million. Then you can call yourself a self-made billionaire or millionaire or trillionaire. But as long as you are in this society, you need to give a credit to the country. You need to give a credit to the government. You need to give a credit to your friends, your family, whomever supported you in your journey to reach to the level that you say that yourself, you're a millionaire or a billionaire or whatever it is. So I'm always against that. So there is no set of a formula. It's always a hard work. It's always a consistent. So if you really consider yourself a hard work, you need to challenge yourself. So today, I've challenged myself in every corner, in every business field. So if you put me in any new business, trust me, without being, cocky or without having that ego, I can be successful. And I know I can be successful in it, because there is a certain formula that you add onto any business and you will succeed on it, right? Consistent time management, professionalism, you have the courage, you have the ability, you have the support, you have the knowledge, you educate yourself, you have the team member, you select the right team member to succeed in any business that you choose. So I've been into the banking field. I've been into petrochemical field. I've been into steel structure field. I've been into construction. I'm not an engineer, but I managed to run a construction company for the past 18 years. I've managed to run a steel factory. I managed to run a glass factory, aluminium factory, sandwich factory, sandwich panel factories, you name it. I've been into every business field, and I succeeded in general trading, in food industries, right? And I educated myself. There is no shame in saying, I don't know, teach me. When the moment I learn the basics and the fundamental, let me be.
But Salem, I wanna, before you continue, I wanna really thank you for saying that nobody is like self-made, and there is a few people who say this, because it will affect other people who are hard worker and trying, and then they are, come on, man, the privilege that you have, the help that you have, the government, the luck, alhamdulillah, you are in a situation where you're just like, okay, why not? I wanna use that. My government, my country is supporting me, my family. let's admit to this, and this is nothing wrong with this.
Exactly.
But how I'm gonna use it in a right way, how I'm gonna grow it, or I'm gonna be a loser in my life. So really thank you, because this will make people feel better when you say this, you know, because I hate when it's like I just started my own journey and I took 100 million from my family and then I succeeded. Come on, لا, يعني it's
I mean, every success story has a sad story, right? I always look into the sad story because I need to know how did he suffer, so that I don't suffer the same, right? I don't look into the success. Okay, good, bravo, congratulations, you reached to this level. Let me look into the story. Right? It's like watching a movie and you skipping everything till the end. Right? You're watching the end. Oh, the end is a sad story. The villain, I don't know what happened, and the hero passed away. No, it doesn't happen. You wait for exactly 45 minutes, 90 minutes to see the whole story, to understand from the beginning how this person reached to this level. So this is what happened in the social media. You don't see the story. You see the result. You see the end of it. And definitely nobody will give the bad image. Today, if I speak up and I tell you the sad story of how did I reach to this level, people even won't believe me, right? I've been backstabbed, I've been cheated, I've been scammed, I've been. But today, if I open that to the public, I will scare them off, right? I will freak them out. And people, that will not be a part of the motivation, right? Yes, it will be a part of history, education, and stuff like that, but it won't add a value to them, right? It will scare them. But if I mentor someone, so I have so many people I mentor in this life, and I always tell them to be careful in certain agenda, certain category, certain way of doing the business, because I've been there, I've done that. You name it. I've been into the courts, I've been into the with the lawyers, I've been into with the police, I've been with scams, I've been into every. As smart as you can, there is always someone smarter than you. As strong as you are, there is always someone who's stronger. As rich you are, there is always someone who's greater than you. So you can't be, you can't be that selfish person thinking that you're the best, you're the top, you're the richest, no, Habibi. God has created earth with different nationality, with different race, with different gender for a reason. So we have to be humble. We have to be very humble to the level that you need to respect the people. You need to digest, what's coming to you, so that you can blend in and then you adapt. Adaptation is the most important, because see, when you leave your country and you come over here, what do you do first? You need to adapt. If you don't adapt, you can't survive. If you can't survive, you won't sustain. You will leave immediately. So the first thing in this life, you need to adapt. You need to adapt the rules and the regulation. You need to adapt the society. You need to adapt the religion. You need to adapt the image of the country. That's why a lot of social activists, they come over here and they fail, and then they're in the jail, because they don't adapt the system. They don't respect the system. You need to respect the system. You need to adapt it so you can sustain, you can continue. Otherwise, will happen the same thing. What a lot of people, they failed and they tried to have that, that living in Dubai, and then they never succeed.
Exactly, and also they were taken with one side or one image of Dubai, and they haven't studied the whole culture and respect the rules of this country. I mean, this country is very open. Very open-minded and showing an international image. At the same time, it has the culture and it has the rules and it has some strictness in some places where it needs to be respected. And that's why it's the safest country in the world. It's not because just like it became safe. There is rules, there is procedures, there is a lot of things in the back end is happening where we don't feel it. So we shouldn't be taken by just the image of Dubai, that glamorous image of Dubai. No, it is an image where people are coming from roots, from religion, from a culture, and they are being flexible to everyone and to showing both sides.
Unfortunately, Hikmat, this is the thing that I always advise my expat friends or co-workers or business partners when they come to Dubai. I always tell them, please don't get provoked by the image. Don't get provoked by the the shiny, the bling of Dubai, right? Pay attention. Whomever comes to you with that craziness, pay attention to that, because you can be provoked, and they can scam you, they can fool you, they can take you in a different direction, and you lose the focus. Why did you come over here from the beginning? And I've seen a lot of people fail because they want to be with those people, partying, enjoying, having fun, having all that luxurious restaurant, and then the 2 months, all his saving is gone because he never realized that he's going in a different path, and he forgot what he came for. So for us, we are here living over here. We don't do that, right? We focus on the career, we focus on the business, we focus on all that. Yes, once upon a time we go, out of support to a couple of friends. I mean, see, Muna Katan, she had an event. We participate in that event, supporting our friends, or Hassan, or Ebraheem, or whomever. All these, friends, and we stand next to them, being there. But I don't go party. I don't consider taking my valuable time and spending it in somewhere where it doesn't add a value to me.
طب Salem, how much you are actually in that as an Emirati, between being that open to being in Netflix, being as a public figure, being in the business, being open to all the different nationalities, and also staying in your culture, and then really respecting each and every element of your culture. How much this as an Emirati, because I'm living as a Lebanese exactly the way I am.
Yes.
As an Emirati, do you feel like you are actually living two lives? I want to ask honestly, this question
thank you for asking me this question, because honestly, I get criticized a lot, and people, they don't understand how my mindset works and what's my mission and vision in this life. I always challenge what fears me. I always challenge what those who tells me you can't do it. Why do you do it? I always challenge that part. So it's sometimes I feel like I'm lifting a weight. Lifting a weight of being an Emirati. I have to be very respectful. Being an Emirati, wearing the traditional wear, I have to be very representable, right? I can't exceed, or I can't go beyond that image and destroy the image, because anything I do today, it will affect this image. It will affect the name. It will affect the country, because this is what I carry today on my shoulder. I carry the name of the country. I carry the nationality. I carry the traditional. I carry the religion. I carry all of that. So I need to memorize or remind myself every time I go to a place or I be in a certain position, that this is on your shoulder. Be careful what you say, how you act, how you react. And the same time, I have to give the best version of it, right? Is that, yes, I have to respect, but also we are not that restrict, right? We are open to the people. This is a country of multinational. It's open to every society. Different national, different race, different gender is welcomed in this country. The government is allowing them to live over here, to have a family, to have a nice, harmless atmosphere. So this is the load that we have to carry, and this is exactly what we have to give it to the people, to give it to the expat. Let them understand that it's okay. You can come over here. Don't fear this image. Don't fear this culture or this society. We are very humble. We are very welcomed. We are very. We follow the national norms of humanity and the harmless society in this region. So this is what I always carry with me. So. Being participant in all these places, I try my best level to be in this image, and I try my best level to be also in the international image, to give them the how you could say the marketing of it.
Yes, okay. And you feel like sometimes there's not maybe enough representation of Emirati image making.
Why would you change your nationality to attract people? Why would you change your religion, your race, your gender to attract someone else, or to flatter someone else? Why would you do that, right? You never see a Japanese comes to UAE, right, and change his nationality. No way. You will always see them in that humbleness, that nice, the nice way of representing. Every person comes over here, represent the country in the nice way, in the nice image, right? So the moment you change your nationality, the moment you change your image, it means that you're neglecting who you are. You're disrespecting where you come from. You got my point? So.
Of course, I mean it's great, and you can have both. I mean, you've done it in the way you really represent yourself in the best respected way in some areas, and you are an open-minded, and you've been on Netflix. Tell me about this story, being on Netflix. How much it's changed your Hiki.
I think I'm the last cast member that you're interviewing. I think you have interviewed all my
exactly
my friends and cast.
And that's why
cast
when
members.
you told me, I was like, yes. I mean, I need it. That's my fault. I need
That's
it. But
the finale.
But you came late. You came to season 2 actually.
Yes, exactly. My good friend, my brother, who's Ebraheem al-Samadi.
Yeah.
He's, thanks to him, I never forget those who always, have that push in my life. I always, appreciate their effort. And Ebraheem has done a great effort in putting my name into the list and considering me a person who he thinks that I can add a value to the scene. So, alhamdulillah, thank God that it opened the door for me. And I was a little bit hesitant, and what would I say, and how people would think about me, and how would I represent myself, and what if I did something wrong? Because once you do the shooting, you don't know what happened, right? And you can't correct the mistakes, and you can edit, you can do filter, you can do all of the stuff. So it's a reality, right? And there's nothing written prescript, and it's only you. It's all you. It's all what comes out of your experience, out of your momentum, and so on in the scene. And you have to be very careful of, might be other cast member attack you or say something negative or do something which is, discomforting to you. How would you react? So I took all of that and I took a deep breath and I say, you know what? I always love to see something new in my life, and this will be something challenging for me. Let me try it. Let me see how it works. And I had a certain agenda, to the production team, and I told them that, if I attend, we have to agree that I don't change this look. And we have to agree that I speak in Arabic, not in English. The reason why is that because when you're talking about Dubai, majority of the cast members are not Emirati. You can say, DJ Bliss and Dani are, but they are, you could say 70% they are westernized. They love that, the westernized look. And I didn't see anyone with pure Emirati look in the season 1. And this was it bothered me a lot, honestly. So I say, if I participate, this is what I want.
I need to represent this.
I need to represent it in a very way, in this way, in a very strong way, and in a very, that Emirati voice to be in there. And then they loved it. They agreed. And touch wood, thank God, we went in. It was amazing experience. And I was very, very genuine. I tried my best level to be straightforward, to the point. And thank God, the review was amazing. I was so scared to see the review, and I was waiting for people to criticize. Not even a single message criticizing my personality, my character, my, approach in the scene. And touch wood, it was amazing, honestly.
Because also you took it from a challenge and wearing the kandura, and you were very strict and respectable and strong, and showing all these values that Emirati has. Yes. And so I think everyone saw that, and it reflects it. So I'm sure nobody will criticize you from that side. But did you get any comments from your friends here and there? Emirati, the family
I got a lot of comments because, the moment the moment they saw the scene, so this is something new. It's called a reality show, right? And people, they understand where I come from, and they understand my personality. They know, my daily life, how I represent myself. So they saw that I don't fit into that society. Why would you do that? You're not like that. You're not a type of a person where you're a show off. You're not a bling. You're not this. You're not that. So they criticize in that sense. I mean, so they didn't understand it. It wasn't about that. It was about changing the mindset of the people, changing that, there are people who lives in Dubai, very normal people. I never came in the scene showing a Lamborghini or showing, 50 million watch or what. I didn't come with that personality. I came with a different personality completely. So I diverted the image, the viewers, in a different perspective. And honestly, the highest view percentage was from the States. Second was Brazil, third was India, and so on. So imagine those people that were so attracted to this image, and when they mentioned Dubai, this is what they saw. You got my point? And this is what they liked mostly. So inshallah, I mean, this is a surprise. I don't want to say it out loud in the public. I will do my best to be in this upcoming season.
I mean, you are in season.
I don't know.
3.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But inshallah, I will try to do my best to be part of that.
Inshallah, inshallah, and you'll have more views. Also, you have more watch time or more
focus,
more focus, more acting. And I think we should see more focus on you. Being Emirati, wearing the kandura, and also you said something. I mean, I love Dubai Bling, and I understand this is one side of Dubai. This is not all Dubai, because the first criticism was about everybody's rich, everybody's bling, and no, it's not. Exactly. It's not true.
Exactly.
It has many sides, but why not show the good side as well?
Yes.
Why not show that? Okay, it's a rich country. Yeah. It's a country of luxury. Yeah. Why do we have to hide it? Yeah. I mean, it's not something that we are just ashamed of, or it's something that we are rich but we don't want to say that. I mean, we are rich, but we have also we take care of other people. We are poor. I mean, and people criticize me, talk so much about Dubai, but guys, this is my 30 years here in this country. I lived here more than I lived in any other country. So I have this feeling, when every time I talk this, I talk it from the heart. It's just like, really, this is how I live here. It's not something like I criticize or I say nice words for any reason. So I like it, especially because when we see Hollywood and we saw these movies and they are so bling, we don't criticize them and know why they are allowed to show the bling side, the good part, and we are shy about like being as an Arab. We are showing this bling and happy life and this. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, see, it's an obligation. Honestly, it's an obligation. Being an Emirati is to give them the best image of the best image. People they've heard, they've seen, a lot of people, they came and visited Dubai and then they understood how the society works over here. It's a hassle when you see success is being categorized with a number. And that's what I hate. When you see someone's successful, they go, he's a millionaire. That's why he's successful. And they go, he's a billionaire. That's why he's successful. I don't understand why they value the success with numbers. And this is what I hate, honestly, because my mom could be a successful person. She's not rich. My cousin could be successful. He's not rich. My father could be successful, but he's not rich. Why do we categorize success with a number? Right? Why do we put a title? Anybody could be a successful. A normal delivery guy could be really successful. He's providing, he's giving to his family, he's sending money to his wife, to his kids, and he's living the momentum of his life and he's enjoying, and he could be really successful. With one digit, 1,000 dirham or 2,000 dirham, he could be really successful. So this is the wrong perception that the viewers or the people or the followers, they see that, because he's into that position, that's why he's successful. They don't understand you could be successful in any position. You don't need to have a subtitle, or you don't need to have that number value on your forehead saying that you're successful. 500 million, that's why he's successful. 1 billion, that's why he's successful. You could be, by the way, a failure and having 1 billion in your account, right? And you can be, you've seen a lot of, I don't want to categorize, but you've seen those people who in cryptocurrencies who has trillions and trillions, and they failed. Nobody talks about that. Nobody says he's a billionaire loser, a trillionaire loser, but they are. Right? You've seen it a lot in the market, in the TV, but people, they don't talk about it.
Exactly. And to maintain your success, that's another story.
Yeah.
It's not easy to maintain. The idea of outlet mall, it came from USA. You adopted this idea and you...
To be honest with you, I mean, me and my nephew used to study in the States, and you should meet my nephew. He's a very, I mean, crazy person. He's very dynamic. He's very creative person, and very successful in his mindset. He's completely different from all of us. I mean, we used to run behind him to see his craziness, and because of that, he managed to achieve a lot of good ideas, creative ideas, and he's the one who brought the concept of the Dubai outlet mall in UAE. And both of us, we used to study in the States and used to travel from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, and we used to see those shopping centers in the middle of the state, and we used to ask ourselves this question: is like, why would someone open a shopping center in the middle of the desert and no houses, no nothing? So when we entered over there, we saw a huge number of people, a lot of shoppers going to the shop at the outlet mall and buying, and the clothes are on the ground, and the prices were so crazy cheap, and it's branded. We didn't understand what was going on. Why the high-end brands sell at the cheapest price? So every time we used to visit, and we tried our best level to educate ourselves to understand what's the concept itself. So finally we understood that when we go to the normal shopping in Los Angeles, and then again we go to the Las Vegas on the way, the same pants, let's say from Armani, at that time Armani, Versace was the top of the top, the highest, Armani Exchange. So the same pants, when we go to the outlet mall, after 1 month, it's half of the price. So we understood that something called off-season factory outlet. So those high-branded shopping centers, they couldn't put their product on outside the shelf saying that's for sale. So
they don't want to make discount.
They don't want to make discount. They transfer those product, which is off-season, right, to this factory outlet, and they sell it in the cheaper prices. And it was off-season. What do we mean by off-season? Before, when you go to any other shopping centers in UAE, you see in winter summer clothes and summer winter clothes and so on. So nobody understood, why would you sell a jacket in a temperature of 50? You got my point. They didn't have that education. So my nephew brought the idea for the family business. My brother loved the idea, adopted, and the whole family put hand in hand to support my nephew. Alhamdulillah, the government, they loved the idea, and voila, we started. We did the construction. We got the blessing from Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, and thank God, touch wood, was really successful business. And now he's doing the second phase of the outlet mall.
That's great. I heard you're expanding, and people loves it. This is something like also, which opened the opportunity for anyone to buy brand. I mean, it doesn't have to be in the right exact time of the season. It can be off season with the same quality, and then really half the price, or some brands maybe also they have stock. It doesn't have that they have to finish all their season. It could be in the season, but they have a lot of stock, and then they just move it there because they don't want to make discount.
When you're talking about discount, the factory outlet, they have yearly discount. They don't have, when you go to the normal shops, you see that, okay, because of the, shopping festival, they have that period of time, they do the discount and then they go back to the normal price. But when you go to the outlet malls, the discount is during the whole year.
Yeah, continuous.
It's not categorized based on any type of festive, right? So that's why when you go over there, whenever you want discounted product, you go to the factory outlet and you see it available. So we have Nike, Adidas, you name it, Burberry. Burberry and so on. So a lot of good brands are over there and they're doing, alhamdulillah, they're doing good. It's almost like 375 shops. And the second phase is almost 400 shops. For the new phase. And
Salim, a question, just like a curious question. Do the brand like this idea or they don't like it? Like, are you getting these brands from outside the UAE, or it is the brands in UAE who are actually off season? They give you the goods.
Yeah, some of them within UAE and some of them from outside. So it depends on the agent who's tied up with those type of brands. Let's say brand for less, he gets different brands in his outlet or in his shops, and you have other brands or other general trading companies where had different type. They tied up with different brands. Let's say Adidas, Nike. They have their own brand. They have their own shop, so they're not tied up with anybody. And then you have let's say like Diesel. I think there is a Lamborghini shop also. They have their own shop, their own brand. They're not tied up with any other agent. But some of the agent, they have 4 or 5 variety of brands, and then they market different, different brand names in their own shop.
I think it will help the brand a lot because they used to lose this stock, and where they want to go for it, either they want to go always on discount, and they cannot. They have just maybe a few.
You can't see days. LV. I mean, you will never. It can't come to your mind that one day LV outside the shop they have that sales stands.
They don't do it.
They will never do it.
They will never do it. Not
Gucci
even give you the goods for outlet mall.
No. They will never do that.
What they do? They throw the things.
They don't. I mean, they're always aftermarket, and the online and so on. And they will always have different different means and ways of selling
to get rid of this stock.
Exactly.
Because it will affect the image.
Exactly.
Oh my God, we are always after the image.
Exactly.
Big thing. Okay, I want to hit also on Gold Gym. You have also
the same thing. I mean, both me and my nephew, when we used to be in the States, again, we used to go to the gyms and we used to train in a different gym. So there used to be 24 Fitness in LA, and there used to be LA Fitness, Gold's Gym, and so on. So we used to love that character of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Arnold was the main person that used to train in Gold's Gym in Venice Beach. So whenever we used to go over there and we used to see these things, and we were very, inspired by it. So again, actually my nephew graduated before me, and when he came, he tried his best level to gather new brands, new different international names, and he managed to get Gold's Gym over here, and he took the agent of Gold's Gym International, and he opened almost 25 different branches in UAE, and he took also an agency in Oman, and he opened a branch in Muscat, and it was really successful. My responsibility was to take care of the manufacturing business, and my nephew was the person who used to get all these ideas. And bring it over.
You should put your nephew in Dubai Bling.
No. That guy, I don't think he needs his own show. Trust me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he needs his own show.
Get him in.
No. That personality is amazing. Honestly, crazy personality. He will. I mean, if you sit with him for 5 minutes, he can take you to the different level.
That's why we need to see him on public.
Yes.
That's great. Tell me something that we since we talk about Dubai Bling, something funny happened, something maybe between you and Ebraheem, or I don't know.
Honestly, I look when and the show itself, when I participated, I never understood what was the responsibility of every person. I mean, and for the few scenes, I was a little bit quiet, and I'm trying to summarize or digest or adapt the situation, what's going on, and why are they fighting? I don't understand what was the fight about and why they're arguing. And they were arguing about bags, about luxurious stuff, and I was like, I won't do such thing. It was so difficult for me to blend in, and if I stay quiet, would I continue? If I attack, would people criticize me? So I didn't understand what was my task to do on the scene. And then the moment I saw Ebraheem is fighting with everybody, so I was very protective not to be in that part, because I was very
careful,
very careful not to have that scene. But unfortunately, Ebraheem has done it, and we had one scene where we had an argument over Danya's business partner, and I argued above that, and I was really serious about it, and Ebraheem started shouting and yelling. So I was in between, is like, should I continue or should I beat the hell out of him in front of the production? But I managed to control myself. I managed to hold myself, and the end of the
Ebraheem lives on the controversy. Ebraheem loves it.
Ebraheem loves the attention. I mean, he loves to be the central of any attention, in any place, central of any attention. And he got all the attention, honestly, because of those reaction and because of those action. I can't do that. It's really bad for my image. I won't be that aggressive. I never represent aggressiveness. I came into this show to be that wise person, humble, low key, down to earth, as you say, old goat, trying to give advices to them. And I will continue doing the same thing.
Yeah, you didn't take any side.
No, I didn't take no one's side. Honestly, I took the side of the facts. I took the side of the right path. I took the side of the goodwill. And alhamdulillah, I think all of them, they became my friends, and all of them, they're in a good relationship with me. I mean, some of them, they don't have that connection after the show, but I did my best level to keep in contact with every cast member.
Yeah, but you're more friend with Ebraheem.
Ebraheem, definitely, because Ebraheem is the first person who approached, and he's the first person who introduced me to everyone. So the credit goes to him.
But why he didn't want you to be on the podcast here? He didn't want that.
I remember at the beginning, right?
Now I'm joking.
No, I remember in the beginning he told me that I'm going for, there was the first podcast, right? And then I don't know what happened. I think it got cancelled or something. It didn't go through. The flashback came. I remember it. Honestly, I don't know what happened, and I think that we had something, or I was busy, or I traveled, something like that, and it didn't go. But anyway, always the best for the last.
Yes, of course. I mean, we're lucky to have you, and such a really an amazing personality and an amazing image for the UAE, for Dubai.
Thank you very much.
Very proud of you. Continue what you're doing as a businessman, as a public figure. What else, Salem, you want to tell me before we close
well,
this?
I always love to see those people who've been, successful in this society, is to give back to the society, right? I mean, what's the use of having gold in a safe locked for 100 years for no one to value it, or to feel it, or to see it? Or it's like having a diamond and hidden. It's like having something beautiful and you don't show it off, right? So if you have an education, you have an experience, you have a success story, tell it to the people, give it to the people, give it to the society. You never know what you say today can encourage someone, can uplift someone, can take someone from committing a suicide, right? One word, one action, one success, one smile can give a hope to a person. Today, people, they're living in hope, to be honest with you. There are families living in a hope. There are society living in a hope. So if you give them that one chance, 1% of a hope, someone can survive over there in the middle of the desert, or the middle of an ocean, God knows, because of something that you said. And I always believe in that, because I get a lot of comments of something I said, and I never knew that whatever I said that could encourage someone or could change someone's life. And then the moment I see the story that what I said today has changed someone's life, it makes me happy, right? It motivates me even more. Nothing in return. I don't want anything in return. I don't want the money. I don't want clap. I don't want none of that, right? I don't want more followers. I don't want even the tick. I've seen a lot of people, why don't you put the tick? I don't want the tick. That's not my, that's not my goal, right? My goal is to give to the society what I've taken in the beginning, because my father passed away and my mom, she's the one who raised me, right? To me, that's a success story. That's a single mom who took me from my own hand, raised me, slapped me, beat me to hell, educated me, made me the man I am today, right? And there are hundreds of moms today, they neglected their children. They left them alone, right? Given up. They didn't do their best level. And today they're in jail. Today they're using drugs. They're doing, nasty stuff to themselves, right? And they're continuing that, because today what you give, that will continue to the rest of the person's life. So if you want to stop something, you want to change something's life, do it today, do the change. If you don't do the change, you won't see the change in front of you. So it starts from you and ends for someone else. And that's what I always advise people to do. I always encourage people to reach to the level. I never feel jealous. I never feel sorry. I never feel demotivated. I always try to find different ways and means to motivate myself, even from a drink. As you can see, I will put a C4 if I feel myself I'm going down. I will go in the gas station, get C4, pump my blood with 300 grams of caffeine, right, to boost my level, right? You name it, in everything. I've been into all type of sport to motivate myself. If I feel down, if I feel low, I will go to the gym. If I feel low, I will hit a kickboxing. I will go bungee jumping. I will go even, I've gone into, a big fan of Harley Davidson. I've gone there. You name it, all type of sport, I've done it, and I've been there, and I've learned a lot from it, right? So you never fear anything. You always challenge your fears so that you can succeed. You want to succeed, you challenge your fear, and you see how you will reach.
Amazing, amazing. Before I let you go, where do you see Dubai after 10 years, 15 years from now?
Honestly, Dubai will reach to a level that we always saw in these movies and science fiction. And when you saw cars flying, people are disappearing and reaching to somewhere else without even having that tangible touch of materialistic construction. People are connecting with each other in a high-end technology. You will see buildings not even vertical, not even horizontal. You will see things that you can't even imagine to be artificial. Now, Dubai or UAE, they're adopting the AI, and they want that to be implemented in the government. If that happens, you know what will happen to the people. You know what will happen to the society. You know what will happen to the education. You will have everything in a split of a second. You will have all the approvals in one go, in one tick. You will have all the paperwork. Zero. Nothing in front of the table. You won't be having offices. Trust me, you'll be working while you're walking. And I think that people, they can't even imagine something that beyond imagination. This is what Dubai will reach one day. And I promise you, you will remember what I say to you today.
That's amazing. Salem, wallah, it's something I applaud and I respect and I love because I can see it in your eyes as an Emirati, because you have the hope, because you have a leader who put that hope in you and who put that there's nothing that we cannot achieve as a human being. And you really make me feel, when you're talking of something that nothing is impossible. Exactly. And this comes from, honestly, from your leadership, who put that inside you.
Allah يخلي الشيخ زايد. Honestly, God, Allah يرحم الشيخ زايد ويطول بعمر his children and his grandchildren, and they follow the same path. I will never forget that Sheikh Zayed, God have mercy on his soul, he gathered all the engineers, agriculture engineers and told them that you put your number, you put all your bills, spread on this country, and tell me what need to be done to aggregate this desert, this mountain, and come back to me and tell me what's the best ways to do it and to get it done with. You put your numbers. They went all over the world. The engineers were there. They did the searches. They did the examination. They came back after 1 month, told Sheikh Zayed, it will never happen. This country is dead zone. Not even in the mountain, not even in the desert. Imagine what was his response. He said, thank you very much. I will make it happen. And he did. Today, you see Dubai, you see Abu Dhabi, you see Al Ain, you see the biggest agricultures are over here. The biggest granules are produced in UAE. You see the palm trees, you see the dates, you name it. So I always believe that whenever you see an obstacle in your life, do your best to bypass those obstacles. Because an obstacle could be from a single point of view, right? But once you try and you dig deep, you will find the solutions.
Amazing. Do you feel any competition, little bit challenges from around you? And what you are doing about it? Let me be more specific. How do you see the KSA competing with Dubai for the next year? And how do you feel as an Emirati? What do you have to do? And do you feel the competition?
Honestly, we can't consider the development of other countries as a competition to UAE in general. UAE has done what people could not do. UAE has given the hope to the people that a small country with 3 million population could reach to the level of kingdoms. You got my point? So this is the story that UAE is telling the earth. This is the story that the UAE told the world, that a small country could consider an island, that people today can survive and live with harmless, no wars, no attack, no racism, no fight, no criminals act, and so on, right? Can live in a peaceful society and can be so rich and can be so equal in race, in gender, in culture, and so on, right? This is what they are giving them. There is no competition. We don't compete with nobody. We don't want anyone to compete with us. We compete with ourselves. We compete with the thoughts that we have to achieve more and more every single day. Not even month or year. Every single day we compete ourselves. We compete within each other. As you can see, the rulers of Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, they always compete each other. They're rich. They're into the best momentum of their life, but they're still competing on how they can provide the best life for their nation, the best life for their population, right? Now, if the other countries are trying to follow, I say congratulations. Because if you consider this is the right path, I salute you. And I think that you are taking the right path too, to continue the same way. That will help your nation, you will help your population, it will help your society. Bravo, congratulations, and God bless you, and we wish you all the best and the luck to achieve that the maximum momentum of your success.
Amazing. Salem, thank you so much.
حبيبي.
والله انبسطت فيك كتير.
حبيبي.
It was an amazing talk, very inspirational.
My pleasure الغالي.
حبيب قلبي.
يلا. And إن شاء الله more to come.
إن شاء الله. على season 3 إن شاء الله.
حبيبي. You will see. Season 3 is going to be really crazy.
Amazing. I'm happy with you with Dubai Bling or without Dubai Bling.
حبيبي الله يحفظك.
يعني you have an amazing personality, achievement is great, very humble person. It's great to know you.
You tell me, why did you choose podcast in the business?
In my business?
Yeah.
It was a coincidence. It came after Corona with the lockdown.
I saw in your profile as a photographer.
Yes, I'm a photographer. I started as a photographer. I have a production house, video production. We do a lot of campaigns and video campaigns and a lot of social media content. But what happened is the lockdown and stopped all the business. I said, I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
I want to do something. So let me interview the people that I know. And then I start to interview, and then it's just like suddenly.
And what's your goal?
My goal, business goal is to grow this, to grow my company, and my personal goal is to be happy because I feel like I find my happiness in this podcast.
Okay, so the success story gives you an added value.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
And what you're trying to give to the viewers.
Yes, this is something that I discovered during my podcast is that I am giving something, and there is something nice about giving, and I felt it. I never felt that, honestly. I mean, I was always normal, helping and giving people, but now because I have more reach, and people are reaching out to me, asking me for, thank you for this. I heard that. It makes me feel so, happy from inside. And I was like, you know what? Really, when they said like when you give and help, it's a happiness for you. I never felt that, but now I really feel it.
Exactly. I honestly, I mean, to make it long, cutting the story. I have one of the inspiring stories that I was approached with. I always get these messages, direct messages, and so on. Very few that I open based on the message I got. So one of the messages I opened, and I saw there was a lady who was really suffering in her life, and she had a few money to survive in her life and support her kids. A single woman, a single mom. And to be honest with you, I remember I told her to come to my office. I don't know why I believed in what she said, and she told me, really, I'm not trying to flirt with you. I'm not trying to approach you. I don't want any money and everything. I just need you to help me how to start a business, how to survive in this world. So I told her to came to my office, and I looked in her, agenda and what the proposal that she had, and she had only 10,000 dirham in her pocket, and she wanted to start the business with that 10,000 dirham that she had, and she has 7 kids, girls, no boys, left by the husband, right? No job, no nothing. So anyway, I look into it and ask her what do you want to do? She's like, I don't know what to do. And I'm afraid if I put that in any type of business investment, I'm going to lose it, and I'm going to lose everything. So I said, okay, fine. Tell me your hobbies. Tell me what you have. What you're expert in. So she told me I like bukhur, perfumes, and so on and stuff like that. So I said, perfect. Let's stick to the perfumes. Okay, that's the best option. So we started over there. We sat. We chose the name. Divided that 10,000, or I told her 5,000, divided into the number of perfumes, the cost, and so on and so on and so on. And I gave her the whole feasibility study, and I told her to start. I remember in that office, before she leave, I wrote for her on the piece of note the note was like a 10 dirham note, and I wrote for her the date, and I told her that one day you will come and you will sell 2,000 perfumes, and I signed on it. Today she sent me that screenshot of the picture of the note that I wrote it for her. She actually sold more than 5,000 perfumes. She has her own car, Range Rover. She took her kids to travel all over the world. She took them to the private school. She got a house. Now, and she's living her momentum of life.
Oh, that's an amazing story.
That was from one message that I received. And I have a lot of mentor from the same stories, which really makes me so happy to see them, achieve and grow and succeed in their life.
And makes you happy.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks a lot.
Habibi.
Habibi, yalla, take care.